Welcome to today's video, and what we're going to be looking at is how we can use the COUNTIF along with what we call wildcards to both find whole words and part of words within a list of data. So we can see here that we have a number and we have some content ideas for what I kind of generally work on for days of the month and things like that. And we have obviously formulas, tips, budgeting, dashboard, cleaning data and creating something, and then the list repeats itself again. Starting out then, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how we can find how many times tips occurs within this list. So obviously it's quite a short list is this one, but say it was recurring over and over again and we had hundreds of lines, then how could we quickly and easily find how many times that occurred? So we can click within the cell here and we can press the equal sign. We can use the COUNTIF function for this, opening it up, and we can see that it already starts to give us what we need to be giving it as data and to get the results that we want to do. So we can see that the first one that it needs to know is the range. So where are we going to be looking for to get this information from? So we can see that we have the row 2 down to row 12 there, and we have that selected. From here we can press comma, and we're going to open brackets there with the open speech. From here, this is where we can insert the wildcards, so we can see that we have the asterisk there, and by inserting that there we can say that anything before that can be whatever it wants, but at the same time as well we want to put in tips like so, and also anything after that can also be whatever it needs to be, but how many times does the words tips like that appear within that. So it could be in the middle of a word, it could be at the end of it, it could be anything at all. We need to then close the speech brackets like so, and then close the brackets, completing the formula. If we press enter, we can see that that returns 2 for us, and if we can look within the data we can see that we have tips once and we have tips twice. Now you might be asking, how can we work this in other ways? So how could you have this at the beginning and how could you have this at the end? So if we had this at the beginning, we could use the same formula again. We could use the COUNTIF, pressing tab there, and again it's asking us for the same kind of information that we want at the beginning. So we're wanting the range, so again it's a C2 to C12 with the comma and then the open speech brackets, but this time we're going to change it a little bit. So this time we're going to look for F, so we want the F, and then because we want it to be the first letter, and then afterwards we can put that wildcard and it doesn't matter, and then close the speech brackets, close the actual brackets and press enter. We can see that this time it's returned a 3 for us, so we have the formulas there, that is 1, 2 and 3. So because formulas repeats itself 3 times within that data, we can see that that returns a nice simple 3 for us, and it works the exact same way if you wanted to do it as an S say at the end. So if we change that there, we can then do this for an S. So if we were to press that and put the COUNTIF function like so, again we can select the range like so, and then so open the speech brackets, putting in the wildcard, place the S at the end, close the speech brackets and then close the actual bracket, and now we get 5. So here we can see that we've got 5 things that end in S. So we have the formulas, we have the tips, we have the tips, the formulas, the tips, and then the formulas. So overall we have 5 things that end in S. Okay, so hopefully this explains a little bit of how wildcards work, something that we're going a little bit more, and how we can use that with the COUNTIF function. Thanks a lot for watching. If you've got any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you soon.